feel like cotton candy, but it's okay. So I'm Emily. I grew up actually in Minnesota, but if you're recognizing that Rickman name, I married into the Rickmans just 2 years ago. My husband's name is Sawyer, and my older brother's name Aaron, who's actually going to be joining you guys in the next coming couple of months. He's with Rickman Building Company. And so I get to work with Junior Achievement of Alaska, and who we are, we're a nonprofit based in Anchorage, but it's really worldwide and really like USA-wide, and they're a nonprofit who empowers young people to really think about their futures creatively. And what that looks like is we bring in volunteers when we're partnering with the school, and we teach, we share lessons and video, like YouTube videos to train our volunteers to go in the classroom to teach lessons about financial literacy, money management, entrepreneurship, and work readiness. And because we're one in 4 states here in Alaska that don't require financial literacy in our school districts, we have a large gap to fill. So even at a kindergarten level, we're talking about the basic difference between needs and wants. And then growing up all the way through high school, we have programs that are K through 12, and we have like personal finance classes that talk about budgeting and credit card fraud and different things that help educate students on essentially life. And the power of stepping into a classroom is so big, especially here in Alaska, because students are so hungry for a positive role model in their life, somebody to look them in the eye and say that they believe in them, or just encouraging them to think about their futures creatively, not that they have to be this like cookie cutter person, maybe because who they were in the past or their family, but they have the power to change and flip that page. And it actually, in our alumni study that was done in 2016, 2017, they actually showed that 1 in 5 students go into the same career field as their JA volunteer. And so kids are so excited to have somebody different in the classroom. We love our teachers, and we're so thankful. And every time you walk out of a classroom, I guarantee you will say, I do not know how teachers do this, because they have a special gift to be in there day in, day out. And it's a treat that we get to even be in those classrooms. And what our programs look like is our volunteer would get something just like this, and they're all age appropriate, K through 12, and inside here is about 5 lessons that are chock full of like hands-on like games and activities that the students get to, they own their own hot dog stand, or if they're on the North Slope, sometimes they'll change it up and switch out the artwork, and they're their own smoked salmon strip stand, and different scenarios are thrown at them, and they're on the floor, and they're laughing and rolling, but they're actually learning really fun, engaging conversations and all of these activities. And the best part of this entire program, and it's comes out of buildings of educators, and it's really good material, but we believe the best part of our programs is you guys stepping into that classroom, bringing your whole self, your life story, all of these turnaroundabouts that happened in your life to really show up, and even telling the students that it's not going to be perfect and it's not going to be always pretty, but you're coming in day after day out and just showing up. And so that's what we get to do with Junior Achievement. I get to actually coordinate all of the programs that we do outside of Anchorage School District. We love our Anchorage School District, but we get to be in all sorts of corners of the state. Annually, we reach about 15,000 students statewide. 45% of those programs are actually outside of Anchorage. So we partner a lot of times with community members, Native corporations, organizations that see it for oil industries. They're training their future workforce. If 1 in 5 of these students are going to the same career field, they're training their future workforce. And so we're in Juneau, Fairbanks, Western Alaska, actually the Arctic NANA region. Every classroom in the entire school district is having these programs delivered because the school district and the Native Corporation see such value in these programs, especially for our state of Alaska. And so what I want to offer to you guys today is the opportunity to partner with us and volunteer with us here in the Kenai Peninsula area. We have a program, we're in different school districts. Yeah.
I was actually in Junior Achievement students about almost 50 years ago.
Where at?
In California.
Okay, awesome.
And then what we did was we actually formed a company.
Yeah.
We had officers of the company, treasurer, president, vice president. We sold stock.
Yep.
We made a thing. You know?
Yeah.
And our thing was a game. And you know, we had to manufacture it, sell it, and you know, do everything that a company does. It was pretty interesting because that's something that they still do.
Yep, so that would be like JA's flagship program. That was one of the first programs that they built, and like, so now JA USA is celebrating their centennial. So it has been around for a long time, and these programs are founded through, you know, educators and trial and error and awesome things. That's really cool to share. We've encouraged JA USA has been around since like the 70s. But that's more of our high school program, and so even on our elementary stuff, that we're really heavy on the peninsula with elementary programs, but that's kind of the hope, is to really step into those classrooms with the high schoolers and do programs like that. So for upcoming events for us on the peninsula, we are going to be at Redoubt Elementary in November, and that one's like chocked full of volunteers already. We're just getting awesome response from the community because people here, it's just part of your original fabric to help out and encourage the youth. And so our upcoming ones are in February and March, but that's at Soldotna Elementary and Mountain View Elementary. And so I have, if you're like, oh, my daughter goes there, my great, like, yeah, you can reserve those spots, even though I know it feels really far out, but things are rolling. So, but I do have a list of, like, if you're interested and want to learn more, like, throw down your contact information, and if you do that, I do have a Russian River fly that I'm going to be giving you that has my little contact card. Yeah, my husband's from here, I know. That I want to give you guys to just thank you for, you know, allowing us to be here, and just whatever it looks like, whether you get to partner with JA and volunteer in a classroom or whatever that looks like in your personal life, like, think of the youth and even just opening our eyes to that future generation. I believe we can change the state, and whether through JA and through just like this hope that we get to breathe into these young people, one step at a time we get to do that. So, questions?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you're not in the high schools here yet, right?
No, we're not.
Have you reached out to the superintendent of the school district and talked about that yet?
We have not yet.
Okay, so we, as the Builders Association, already have permission from the superintendent to get into their schools. We do have our posters hanging up in the schools for our upcoming events and everything. But one of the biggest reasons I asked you to be here today is because I've had 5 or 6 of my builder members come to me and say, I need help hiring more laborers. I don't have any laborers. And it's time consuming to help them do that, but it is valuable to them to help them do that. Right now, the only way I can do that is word of mouth and through Facebook, and maybe I can put it on our website. But my thought is, it might take us a year or 2 to get there, but our association is a wealth of valuable members of our community that are business owners or work for businesses that are successful. And if we can get into the high school, us, in our downtime, I know not everybody has a lot of downtime, but maybe during the winter would be a great opportunity for us to plant the seed in the high schoolers of, hey, look, you can become a plumber. I always pick on Jason because he's a success story. And people can relate to him. And I know he has hired literally somebody I knew through high school with my children. And he's turned into a really great asset for Jason's company. So if we can plant the seed now through JA maybe, so we're not doing it blindly on our own, there's actually a curriculum structured for us. What a great opportunity. And it's, how long does it take? How many hours time is it for somebody?
It depends on which. There's so many different programs with junior achievement. I think I have a little pamphlet in here that shows the different programs, and if it's like teachers are opting into the programs, a lot of our kindergartners are like, and our elementary is like grade line, just you know what grade they're in, and it gets directly like a corresponding program. But if it's a high schooler class, there's more like flexibility. If it's like a social studies class, if they're looking for more of an entrepreneurial targeted, so it can run from like 4 hours to 1 hour. something that JAUSA is launching this year is called JA Launch Lesson. I know, it's really and what that is, it's bringing an entrepreneur into the classroom to share about their business, to share how they started, why they started, what they're doing, and then we have some action steps for encouraging young people to even think about owning their own business, because students start eliminating their job careers as early as 4th grade. So if they have no idea what a contractor is, or does he just sign contracts, they have no idea. And so just opening their mind to just the creativity of what their futures could look like, we have a big role to play in that.
So if we could get, we have 106 members.
Yeah.
And if we could get some of our members to commit to even just an hour, think of the difference we can start to make as this takes off.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Other questions?
Well, I'll get you some questions when I post this.
Sounds good. Thanks for letting me be here with you guys, and yeah, it's a real great time. I was on the peninsula with family this weekend, so
Worked out perfect.
really well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, Emily.
Yeah, thank you.